so amazing. Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make a caramel rose apple pie. Oh yeah, really creative. It was made popular by Tasty and BuzzFeed about a year ago. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Before we move on, make sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my new videos. Really easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's get baking. First, I have a medium-sized bowl with a couple cups of water. I'm going to take a medium lemon. Just go ahead and cut that. And then with my little juicer here. I love my little juicer, citrus juicer. Just really easy. All right, awesome. Set this aside. I got 4 large apples. I'm using Granny Smith, but you can use whatever your favorite pie apple is. I'm going to go ahead and start to peel these. And if you have a electric peeler, something like that, go ahead and use that. And then when you're done, put it in the water. And this is going to help it from turning brown. And then once you have them all peeled, let's go ahead and cut these up now. Now we want slices, we don't want chunks. You could use your knife and just quarter these around the core and then go like this and cut them up really thin, or you can use a cool mandolin slicer. You know, and just take it out. That takes a little longer, but that's one method that you can do that I wanted to show. And then once you have these, just go ahead and cut them in half like that and put these back in the water. Once our apples are sliced, we'll set this aside. Go ahead and grab another bowl. Let's add in our 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. There we go. Let's just go ahead and whisk this together with a fork, or come in here with this little guy. Set this aside. And now we want to go ahead and drain the apples and make sure there's no seeds in with the apples after we drain them. Once our apples are drained, come in here with our sugar and cinnamon mixture, nutmeg, pour that on there, and then with nice clean hands, let's just go ahead and get everything coated with our sugar. Awesome, that is looking great. Now let's just go ahead and let this sit for about 30 minutes. Set that aside. I'm gonna use my non-stick 9-inch cake pan, but you can also use a cast iron skillet. That's pretty popular to use. And we're gonna take our dough, our pie dough. I'm just using a pre-made pie dough. I didn't make it from scratch because I have a video, an apple pie video on how to make a nice flaky pie crust from scratch. Up in the corner, there's a little I button. If you click on that, you will see that video. Once we have our pie crust dough in there, we're just going to take a fork and poke the bottoms of it. Now let's chill this in the refrigerator for about a ½ hour while we're waiting for our apples. And then after about a ½ hour, what we want to do is we want to come in here and we want to grab our apples and just kind of squeeze that extra juice out and put those back into another bowl. Squeeze out that juice. Squeeze it out. Oh yeah. And now what we're left with is somewhat dry apples on this side, and we got this nice juice on this side, and we'll make our caramel with that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and set that aside. Now we take our unbaked crust out of the fridge, and now it's ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll take an apple, 1 slice at a time, and we'll start on the outside and just place it with the round side up top like that. And then we're gonna go around, overlapping, and go all the way around until we fill this whole thing up. And at this point, go ahead and preheat your oven to 375 Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. Awesome, isn't that neat? All right, and then what you can do also if you want is you can fold this down. Not necessary, totally up to you how you treat the ends. I like to just fold it down a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and cover this with aluminum foil and bake it at 375 Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. And then we'll uncover it and then bake it for another 10 minutes or until it's golden brown. And when it comes out of the oven, it'll look something like this. Nice and golden brown on the edges of our crust and the tips of our apple. I mean, slightly golden brown. This is fantastic. Turned out great. Now let's go ahead and set this aside and let it cool while we make our caramel sauce. All right, now over at the stovetop, we're gonna go ahead and turn our heat to medium with a medium to small size sauce pot. Let's go ahead and pour our liquid in there. Now let's bring this to a boil because we want to reduce that liquid down and get this to thicken up a little bit. And then we can add in our heavy cream. All right, once it starts to boil, we're just going to go in here and stir occasionally. And we want this to reduce about by half of what it is right now. And it'll take somewhere between about 10 and 15 minutes to do that. And now what we want to do, we want to come in here and pour in our, dang it, don't do that. Pour in our cream. This is about 1/4 cup of cream minus a little bit that I lost. Let's just go ahead and stir that in a little. Epic fail with the cream. It happens to the best of us. And then we can turn off the heat and we'll let this cool and it'll thicken up as it cools. Once our caramel sauce is cooled down, let's just go ahead and pour it on there, however much you want to do. About like that is what I do. So amazing. Now it's time to serve up a piece. It's so nice. I almost don't want to cut into it. No, don't do it. Go right to the middle. One thing that's cool about this pan is this whole thing could come right out if I wanted to. Look at that cool piece of pie. A la mode? Well, yes, I'll take mine a la mode. Nice big piece of ice cream on there. Drizzle some of my caramel sauce all over that. Oh my goodness. And that is how you make a caramel rose apple pie. Really easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. If you want to learn how to make my homemade apple pie with a homemade crust, check out this video over here. If you want to learn how to make an awesome apple crisp, check out this video down here and make sure to subscribe in the corner. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah, yummy, yummy, yummy. Mmm.